Sure, keep on him.
Okay, it's a hard name. I don't know much the jargon is hard for me, so help me out. Yop Shachas B'Shuva Ma'asim says the Alter Rebbe, says the Mikkel Rebbe, L'Hovin Zeh, to understand what does it mean Yop Shachas B'Shuva Ma'asim Tev, Yesh L'Hagdi, Yesh L'Kosov, Reishis Gei Ma'amolik, B'Chesi Adeiv. Says the beginning of all nations is Amolik, and the end of Amolik is going to be Adeiv, is going to be destroyed. So Pash Zapos. Is going to do it's known Shatei B'Chines Nitzchis. Teir is everlasting. Yeshua B'Chol Be'er, every generation you have, whatever it says in the Teir, exists in every generation. B'Chol Zman, or B'Chol Nefesh Nefesh Yisrael. In every time, in every soul, every person has whatever it says in the Teir, exists in every person. Hine Zayin Amomi, 7 nations, and Shiva Midas are the 7 bad attributes. Nani Midas. Kanani B'Chines Avo, Chuk B'Chines Mischor. What's Kanani is the love and the desire for doing business. Have the Azman. This is have the Azman is Taich, have the Azman in English. Waste of time. Yeah. It's the things of timely things that only exist in time. After time, it's not existing. It's a fad. Yeah. Trending things. They don't last. Have the Azman. It's stupidities of time. They're only here for a short time. They're not here forever. You see that the Seich is called Canaan. So he's so verkocht in this business. He forgets about the Eibush. He says, my power, my strength, accomplished what I did. That's Chesed of Klippa. That's Canaan. Canaan is Chesed of Klippa, that he enjoys his business. Please, it's open, the city's open, there's no doors, whatever his heart desires, he goes after it without any yoke, he can't hold himself back. This is the eres, the poison, the venom from the Nochas Akadmeni. Chivim Loshen Nochas Akadmeni. Chivim. Come came a Zayin Amid Sanal. Einam Ragom. Even the person has all these Zayin Midas, Knani, Chiti, and Chivi, Prizi, all these Zayin Midas. Einam Ragom. Why? Chayus Umokra Midas V'Ki Yomam U'Pchinas Amolik. The life force and the source of all the Midas and what gives them existence is Amolik. This is the head of the 7 nations. Just like a person doesn't have a head, he doesn't have any life. A person will take away the das, which that's Amolik, he'll be able to transform himself to good. Like it says, how do we know that there's a mitzvah of Homon from the Torah? What's the mocker in the Torah, the name of Homon? Says that the Homon is Hamin.
What does Homon?
That's the mocker. Who ate a das tevera? That's the name from Das from Tevera. That's the mitzvah from Haman is Amolik, right? We're saying that Haman, the Haman is the name of Das. Das the clip. It's a Das Tevera. The Das for the Das. He's going to explain it. So Reishis game Amolik. Reishis Mokar l'chol hagoyim ki yidua.
This is Das for Klippe.
Das for Klippe. Yeah. Agam derech kol moshtet as Kelach Histaris and Shokin Das in Klippe. But don't let us not Das in Klippe. He gets excited. He's going to soon go about Riches Gdela. About the excitement, the das, the hargosha, the skashas that he has in Midas in a clip. Barichas. V'hine b'b'chinas Amolik is gam gitzirod. In Midas in b'china Amolik there's also again. So Reishis gave Amolik. Reishis mokal l'chol hagoyim ki yidur. Reishis gave Amolik means he's the source for all the nations, for all the Midas. He's the source for them. In Amolik itself, there's also tzirod, there's also a whole form, a whole figure. Reish, there's a head of midas, so as well as we're going to explain later. At the end of Amolik is the Mishnah, he's battered in cloud, he's not going to be elevated. So the age will destroy him totally. It's known the Machlekas, it says, Chadamar Nesiyov, and one Mandomer said, what's going to be with David is David Nesiyov, and he elevates them. Chadamar Kevishov, and he pushes them down into the depths of the sea. Like he's going to read the pasuk later. They're both true. Depends what we're talking about. Neisei, when's they elevated to all these piles? The excitement that the person has, that's not ultimate bad. So a person, instead of getting excited about Elam Hazeh, get excited about the Eibishter. to have a feeling for the Eibishter, get excited. That should be his excitement. He's using the Keach HaMisaveh, the power of excitement to Kedusha. The Kevish was Islamic Samid and Machshav Dibur Maisa. Shenkin Kevish is referring to the fact that the Midah went down and actually thought about it, they spoke about it and did about it. Shuhu Ra Gomur. The Kevish should be Mtsulis Yom, and he pushes it down in the depths of the sea. Which causes Visash Mtsulis Yom. Hagen calls that, understand all this, call Midah, what is a Midah? Medidus HaNefesh. This is the measurement, the Nefesh was measured, b'chesed b'gvura. Whether it came with a chesed or in gvura, the Nefesh is etzem poshut. And now it's coming down, it's being nimdad, it's being measured, it's coming in a certain form. Whether it's kindness, giving or withholding, murak ziva orim in nefesh. It's only a ray from the nefesh. It's not the nefesh itself. Yidush ziva gilui muraka amshach b'chinas ayin. This is amshach b'chinas ayin. It's only or levad. Shetishtan lefyerach hakelim, which that could change according to the kelim. It's a or levad, which is it's poshut. I'm not sure over here the pshat. What is the pshat? B'chinas ayin that is poshut. Shetishtan lefyerach hakelim according to the kelim. It's an order which comes according to the kelim. Even though it's ayin tak, it's pshitis, but it's only order from the nefesh. There's no the nefesh itself is not involved, not invested in it. Making kol midah v'chneziv v'gavan nefesh. Every midah is a ray of the nefesh, and it's a form on the nefesh. It's a form that the nefesh enclosed himself. Now he's excited in chesed. Now he's excited in gvur. That's not the nefesh itself. Therefore, we find that the Keach HaMisaveh of a midah could be nichol and kedusha mamish, could become a in of kedusha. Kedua Keach HaMisaveh ma'achol ma'aleh even b'Shabbos. You know from the Keach HaMisaveh for sweet food on Shabbos, for delicacies. Eisa taiva mamish declares b'tachas kedusha. That taiva becomes holy. Okay, mishakotz v'karotz lo Shabbos eating b'memei ma'ange b'chil v'shtiyah. The aim and we say about the Sud of Shabbos, it becomes holy. It becomes the Sud of Atik. Everyone said about the Sud of Mashiach. Why do you call it Sud of Mashiach? How can you call it Sud of Mashiach? That's the Sud from Est Mashiach. They ever said, was that in the spell when we talked about Shabbos, those that Atik Kaddish? That's Atik, Mamish. He says over here that this Sud becomes transformed, becomes holy. That Shabbos, there's no perish, there's no waste. So what makes that? So this is where a person could change himself. If it's only order from the nefesh. When does a person have such a situation, such a case, that he cannot change? That's when he has das of klippe. When he's invested, his whole nefesh is invested in it. This is me. This becomes me. If he has no das, then the nefesh is not invested in it. He doesn't feel himself. What's taich das? Das is argoshas hachayis, feeling your life. He wants to feel the fact that he's alive. That's das. This is the ultimate taiva, that the person pleasure that he has in taiva, that he feels alive now. Now he's alive. And I think it means the nachas ruach for the nefesh. To feel this pleasure, to feel himself with the desire. That's what makes that he should actually be invested, his whole nefesh in this taiva. It's not just a lapel he's doing it. Lapel he's doing chesed. Or lapel he has a hergish chesed. He's totally invested. This is when he gets excited. This is when he's alive. Now he's alive. We find by a child that he could get excited for gold, for silver, or whatever. But still, it's possible that he should forget about it through persuading him of the greater things. Still, forget about his taiva. When it comes to Agol Shamag, when he feels that this neget is his life, now he's alive. He can't change him. Because in Agosha, when he has a feeling of himself, he feels himself. Now he is. Even then he's going to be Masir Das, and he won't think about himself, he'll think about other things, other concepts. But Kozman leapt. What's his excitement? in that thing where he lives, where his nefesh is invested. He cannot help himself but to feel himself when he's invested in those things that he's invested in. What's the sign that that's where his nefesh is invested? It's not just he's doing it. It's not just he has a feeling for it. That's more than that. His whole nefesh is there. That's where he gets alive. That's the eitzem hargosh b'shas ma'aseh v'chamim he said that he does with the very excitement. Because he wants to feel alive. Whatever he does with more excitement, with more warmth, he takes b'chayis. He feels more alive. Therefore, he cannot go out of this type. He cannot become not alive. He can't help himself not to be alive. Commission Reim, now he's going to give on a high level. Commission Reim, see, Shagam, Tzadikim, names to close some midas. But Tzadikim, you have all the midas. Everyone likes themselves. But still, they're not invested in it. They don't feel that this is their life. They're removed from Havleil, even when they're here down here in this world, they're connected with Hashem. Why? The only reason for this is what's their main goal, their main desire, their main excitement is to be included in the source of life. That the Eibush is their life, that they feel that the Eibush is their life, their excitement. And their chuk is to feel their life with a great excitement. This is what their spouse. Their spouse is to feel their life, to feel their mokr of their life, the Eibishter. This is the das Gdush. Okay, most national baseball. Therefore, the whole nefesh is drawn after this to be connected to the Eibishter. The gam she yafshalahem. These begufam built him even though they can be while they're in their body, they need eat food and they need clothing and they need everything that is demanded from the fact that they're in a body. But that's slapshus only in their chaziv. It's a ray of the nefesh. It's not the nefesh itself. It's a color that nefesh can clothe himself in, but it's not the nefesh itself is invested. Therefore, all the types of this world in a way, in a cultivate, in a cold way, they're not excited. They're toffel, agav levad. Because their main desire is to connect with the Eibishter. That's their main goal. That's their life. That's what they get excited. That the whole life, the whole Gashim life is the way of Balkorcha. That's what Tzadikim Agdelim, he says. Tzadikim. Yeah. Hov Miderach Prat, understands Miderach Prat. Shekol Midot, understand how this is, that every Midah, Ikach Yusuf Kiyum, who Adas Davke, that the main life, what sustains the Midah is Das. Kach is like this. Beginnes Chesed the Klippe, or Ikra Misave. By Chesed the Klippe is the Ikra Taivik Milechav Alishtis. That's the Ikra type of Chesed of Klippe. You can see two people eating. There's a big difference. This is the difference. One of them, if he's going to be missing the food, whatever he's used to eating, flesh or fish, so it's get sick from it. Of course, if he's missing bread, he goes mamish meshur. They don't care. They can eat even things which are not so sweet, not so geschmack. The gam betainis, even when he's fasting, he doesn't get so excited. Also, he won't go since he's not crazy about his eating. Therefore, he's not going to go eat chas v'sholom ma'achos asuros. On the contrast, there's other people. They can't hold back. They can be nichshol ma'achos asuros. What's the main difference between these two people? The difference is because of the amok sadas, what they feel their life. He makes the taiva for food. That's a keli when he's going to feel his geschmack, when he's going to feel his nefesh. Therefore, his nefesh is nimshach in this inyan. The typical gets one with the food that he eats. Therefore, he can't leave go. Since he's invested in the food that he's eating, he can't leave go of himself. He can't help himself in this. He can't leave go. He can't tell a person don't live. You can tell him not to do a certain thing, not to get involved in something, but not that he shouldn't be. V'kol mashte moshcha das beis hatayve yesa tidva nefesh yesa whatever the das. And that type is more. Tidva nefesh yesa. The nefesh will be more invested. Therefore, since there's more different stages, how much of the nefesh is invested in the type, therefore there's many different levels. But if he's connected with the food, why? He knows this is because the Eibush is giving life through this. And he knows that he's getting life from it because the Eibush is giving dvar avaya that's in the food. That's where he's getting chayis from. That he won't care at all from not having pleasure from the food. Afilotinus will not bother him. Why? Because the Eibush is being mechayim. Therefore, it's not a steer to him to fast because he knows that his life is not coming from the food itself; it's coming from the chayis aliki that's in the food. Of course, that it's something which is discussed by the Eibush doesn't like. Since the whole reason he likes the food is because of the dvar avaya. He wants to get chayis aliki. So then, for sure, something which is aser, he's going to discuss it. This is by food. Make it a type of some moment on the name. So, when it comes to food, to money. There's many different stages, and many types of people. You get so caught up in the business that he cannot have time to find a moment to learn Torah. When he's davening already, he's full of machshavas from the business, it mixes him up. And there's people that are just the opposite. Even when he's busy in business, he's not involved. The only difference is that one person has das, one person is what his das, his connection. Once you feel alive, what's the key for that is the taivas moment. So therefore, he's totally involved. Whatever the nefesh is invested, if this is what he decided to put his whole soul into his money, that's ultimately the levush nefesh that will come after it. Therefore, even when he has time for himself and he's thinking or speaking the words of Torah davening, the nefesh which he invested in his money stays over there. What's in the davening and learning? Only order from the nefesh, not the nefesh itself, because he invested it. He decided that this is his life. Similar, what the sign for this is? The excitement that he has, the value that he has to the money. Someone which is the contrary, just the opposite. His das is not in the business. What's in the business? Only a ziva nefshul v'shel. He has to be able to have food, to be able to serve the Eibishter. So that's why he's doing the business. So the main thing is serving the Eibishter. Everything is for serving the Eibishter. The whole business he's doing only to serve the Eibishter. This is also the difference. Why there's difference in the people who give tzedakah and people less and more. Why? For the same reason. Someone that he feels himself in the type of money, so the money is negated very much. He can't let go of himself. His rabchol pruto magish tastes his chayis. Every penny he feels more alive. He feels that he's killing himself. Someone that's in the contrary, the fakert, that by him the whole business is a toffel, and he's only doing it in order to be able to do tzedakah and chesed, so he's able to give tzedakah. It's impossible. Still, you find different levels. Someone that's not going to have his type that he wants. Why? He's going to soon explain why. Other people, then there's people on the other hand that even though they're they live in this world, but it's not negated to them so much. Everything comes from das. Someone that the chayis of his nefesh comes from this taive. But the reason why this is okay for his chayis is because there's a tiny murgish. Therefore, his soul became connected to this taive. When he doesn't have this taive, he feels that he's not alive. And most of this tumor comes by night. Why? Because the nefesh goes to his essence. So then he's going to come to where his nefesh is tied to. And therefore we say that the Chacham tell us that the Huri Aveda is worse than the Aveda itself. Why? What's the Aveda? Aveda gets excited, B'shas is doing Aveda. If the thing is not here, why is he thinking about it altogether? He feels herself about this. Whenever he's still alive, Husham is there. We know that the memory, a person has memory told what's the person remember? Things that he's connected to. Whatever a person learns and he has a geschmack in it, as if he was talking yeshiva. You want to remember something? Get a geschmack. Develop a taste. Develop a geschmack in it. And therefore, your whole nefesh will be there. But and then even if we get involved in other things, the nefesh is over there and the thing where he got excited, where he got a geschmack from. And all the other things are bottled to this nefesh, even though he gets involved in other things, does other things, but since he's excited about learning, so therefore he's gonna be there. But someone learns without getting pleasure. So then what's involved in the learning? Only a order from the nefesh and levushim from the nefesh. And therefore, when it comes to learn to do other things, not learning, so then the ziv of that he had involved in the learning is going to go into other things. He's not invested in it. Therefore, we find that a big meal, a suda, a chasana, people remember for a long time after what happened. Why is this difference? Since a person doesn't get excited, get involved, get pleasure from this, the more a person feels something, his nefesh is invested in it, he'll forget it less. So this is all chesed klip. I don't know what time is it. What time is it?
What time?
It's not a show.
Not a show?
No, 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay.
12, whatever.
12 minutes. K'mei kein, so to is true, b'midas ha'gvura, b'midas ha'gvura. Hu ha'kas v'ha'kpod al ha'menaged neged ritzeni. If someone gets angry, if someone does against what he does, hu gam ken ikas sibas ha'kiyum me'adas hanal. The main cause, what gives it lasting, what fuels it, is from the das. Because he's connected to himself. We also find in this many levels. One person, one person you say against his will, he doesn't get angry at all. Someone else gets very angry. The reason for this is this guy has realized who he is, he knows what he is. So he feels a lot, he feels chayis from his rotzen. He's excited about what he wants. Therefore his whole nefesh is invested in his rotzen, what he wants. And whoever comes to be seiser, to be menaget, to whatever he wants to do, as if he comes to take his soul from him. Since he invested his whole soul in his, he put his whole nefesh in his rotzen, so someone goes against him and doesn't do what he wants. So someone doesn't do what he wants, he gets all mad at him, and he feels like, why does he get all mad? Because it's as if he killed him, he took his whole nefesh. But someone doesn't have this das, he doesn't get excited about what he wants. Even though it's natural that a person is happy when you do what he wants from him, when you do what he wants, what did he invest in it? Only order from the nefesh. He didn't put his whole soul and go meshuggah. He could handle someone not doing what he wants. So this is good. Now he goes back to K'mei. This is Spyros and Tiferes on the Reib. Many different levels. So one person could be maskal askole b'maisa. or he'll do a nice, he'll make a nice stand, a nice table, whatever. He won't make a big deal out of it. If he won't make a big deal out of it, a big stink out of it. Like another person which will praise his actions and his askolos and he tells everyone about it. All this comes from das, whatever he feels himself. If he feels his life in it, the gilu yash yeser chayis, whatever it's more revealed his nefesh in this thing that he did. There's more chayis b'zeh. It takes him a chayis rav, and he gets a lot of life out of it. Therefore, he publicizes and lets everyone know about his chokhmah. But another person, even though he's enjoying it, but it's not so deep in his nefesh that it should his own money that she have to make a big deal out of it. So to all the above mentioned things, what caused them to last is the das. Although this is all das that's fueling all this above mentioned midas, this is all midas of Amalek. We said before that there's reish and midas of Amalek. All till now is only midas of Amalek. He's invested his chayis in the midas. He has the argoshe in the midas of chesed, in the midah of gura, in the midah of tiferes. Aber reish de Amalek gaveh harbe berach. Reish of Amalek is a lot higher. It's just grace upon it. Who shagam shabada. Why is reish Amalek? He soon will explain. Who shagam shabada sanal negil nefesh mamish. Although that in the das that above mentioned it's negil nefesh mamish, yes, but amshach atzmis, and there is amshach atzmis. He's invested totally. He's totally involved in what he's doing and what he's feeling in the chesed, the gvura tiferes. Aval ein rak medidas an nefesh, but it's at the end of the day, it's only a way that he expresses himself. We find him shame is different levels, different ways. The teida, the proof for this is Shanareim harbi sheshlam chusha hegish b'mom ve'ene klal b'tayvus achila. You can't say that this is the nefesh, that this is the etzim san nefesh, because there's a lot of people that have a geschmack in money and they don't have a geschmack in the food. They have a geschmack in eating. And this is a proof that it's not the whole nefesh. It's a way of the nefesh. It's a eifin of the nefesh. It's not the nefesh itself. And more than that, we see that there's a time and a place that a person can disconnect himself from this connection that he has to Elam Hazak. For example, someone hates somebody because he did something against his will. And for that cause that he should really hate him. We see by the time of his son's wedding or his son's bris, he'll change himself from lakos to lakos. He wants that person, this enemy, should be happy, should rejoice with him. You can't say because he's such a high person, therefore it doesn't care about the sin. Because it becomes higher by himself, he should be more, the sin should become stronger. He shouldn't be able to be saved at all. Like we find by Haman, we see by Haman that when the Achshverosh made him great, he's even more than, more so, he was longer than Piyat, that the fact that Mordechai did not carry him a shtachva.
Who's making a chas from his son?
Anybody making a chas, the one that has an enemy. He has someone that he hates. And when he makes a chas, then he wants to invite him to come to his wedding. Why? What's the geshenda? Dat is een mens, hè? Het is ook gelijk de zaak.
Nee, kijk, dat is een mens zoals ze veel bij de gas teruggeslagen.
Dat is een homen, dat is een homen. Dat is een homen. Homen is de etzema. Etzema krijgen.
Dat is wel zo, ja. Als je eerst kan beginnen met das aan there's midas or meichen of golgelos. Here he divides it in 3 stages. There's midas and das, there's meichen of das and golgelos and das. Midas who are hergish benefesh by midah protis. Midas is when the nefesh is involved in the midah protis. But reish to das, da molik. Ochnes tayv is a shugas atzmis and nefesh lahagish atzmusa. She wants to feel it. The nefesh wants to feel itself. Ubeishu beinig atzmis and nefesh betelim the chlom einig amidas b'mitzias v'hoy klo hoy mamish. When he's excited about his etzem nefesh, all the types of timing that he has are bottle, don't exist. Ukamei Shanrei.
Das ist eine gute Sache, oder das ist ja Molek. Der letzte Schuhe. Okay,
Lass mir sagen, was sagt. Ukamei Shanrei, we see she has chukla mom and chukla kovid. There's these two types, for money or for kovid. He'll put away his covet on his side. He'll go with his own feet and run around to get a few dollars. Sometimes the opposite. She finds a moment, the last L'Shem B'Kovet will spend, will give a big donation in order to become popular. There's many different levels in the people. So here we see that this thing which reaches the nefesh deeper, it is battle. It is battle. Whatever is negated to the emek hanefesh more. It's not the nidiker tailig is. The enem is bittel gamri. It doesn't mean that he's totally lost. He has a type for this also. But sometimes you can put it aside for something that's deeper rooted in him. This is what he gave a marshal for this idea that he wanted to bring out. That making shubereimus hanefesh limts ever chayis midas hanefesh. When he's bereimus hanefesh, he doesn't have the chayis of the midas of the nefesh. But the proof of this is. But it's not that it doesn't exist, it's not being revealed. When he comes, when he passes by this chasana, the bris, he comes back to zich, he comes back to himself, to his regular self, so the sinner is back to the way it was. Why is it? So the reish the klippe, the reish the amalek is a higher, the tiny that he has within himself is a higher, the lower level comes in his battle against that. So to and being stingy, this is because he feels every penny. The reason why he's able to be opposite, to go far catch from his regular stage, is because that this is not the whole nefesh invested. When the sibba, which is the remus hanefesh, goes away, he goes back to his nature, and he's again stingy. We also find another kind of. What time is it? Is it already the time?
2 minutes. 2
I
minutes.
think it's so
Sure, okay. Try. So we could see that he could go undo his connection to this typhus in a case of bitush. Then he'll forget about all his typhus, and then we see that this is not him. The Reish Damalek, when he's so connected, it's not just that it's an avi of the nefesh. It just becomes him. Even when he's in the highest height, he doesn't change his nature. This is what we mentioned before, that even that he's in the highest height, he's still stingy, he still hates all the people. Even when he's he says, no matter what, I have to be my types. He loses himself, he goes after his types. Because he's so excited, he wants to feel himself. Noch zu geben sich in alle Teils mit Gott mit Gott. Wir nikro gas ruach, ruach. This touches ruach, his spirituality is grob. Kitab ruach call with bottom keri. Zati we behep natural state of ruach, ruchnis is to go lichlan is not connected to Eibster. This person's nature just opposite. He wants to feel himself to be separate from his makom. That reish das. Never changes. When the Mashiach comes, we take away this das, this connection to Elam Hazem, and we verlieren dem das war Goshev. Hier Goshev Belakus, Kikulim Yedu Eisi Mamish. Zeh Iker Amayim with Amakayim Kol Zayin HaMitzvah Yishtan Aleinu. This Reish the Klippe, this makes that it shouldn't be able to change himself at all. Achrisi David.
Amalek is das. Omar Ergish entire detail. Aber sie do das, erzählen sie das nochmal. Also ganz in den, you know, is it not right? Is it midas, Shimo midas? Not full percent. No Shimo sometimes. But they do angosh. They do. Atmes the canvas. Those is don't matter as Amalek is the Algosh in the middle source. It's a English. It's a Algosh. Das Wiskasches in Per Gimel Tanya. And
The ganze Chai, the Tzadikim, the Chai, the Das, the Algosh is not close.
It's in a also Tzadikim. איך אתה חוש החילון, חוש המ...
nicht am Liegen sind,
so many Kinder Algosh in them.